Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Uh, so it's been 2 months since I actually dropped any trade idea on this channel. I've been really busy with other things, and that's why I have not been able to drop the trade idea videos. But then I'm sure you guys have been trading because you know what to look for in the market. You don't need me to drop trade ideas for you. But then, I mean, I have quite a number of hours today, so I decided to make a trading video for the upcoming week. And so, what are the trades I will be looking to take uh, this week? So, I've been trading, but not much, you know. So, but then we hope that this week is going to be amazing, right? Yeah. So, as you can see on my screen, market overview slash trade idea. So, we're going to be reviewing some trades, not so many, and then giving you some trade ideas for this week. And I mean, we hope they all play out well and we can make some bread. Right. Yes. So first thing first is the dollar index. As you can see on my screen, this is the dollar index chart. So before I go in depth, I just want to show you something, right? So I had this marked out November 2022. As you can see, November 2022. So I mean, this is October 28th. Next month it's going to be November. It's almost a year now since I did this analysis, and I'm just surprised. Not really surprised though, just amazed as to how price has been expecting this area, right? So November 20 last year, uh, we were doing this analysis. I remember we are all doing it together, and then we saw our price rejected from this area around 2017. Came back again, some kind of resistance supply, right? Price pushed down from there from like mid around early 2021, early 2020 into 2021, right? And then price started to go up, came to this area again where there was previous supply, gave us some kind of institutional order block candle, right? And then prices broke out and went on the way to the upside. So now the basic way of trading this is the break and retest, right? So price breaks, and then this area there's we have this monthly imbalance in this area that price got to and then rejected. So we also called this out. Let me take the credit for that. So I also called this area. I wanted price to reject on this area, and then price did, and price is coming down, right? So, I mean, this is November 20, and we have this resistance, and I was already saying it before it happened that this was going to be a very strong level for price to break. That means DXY is going to have some difficulty breaking below this level, right? And then over the months, we've been, when price came to this area, we've been talking about our price most likely can come into this imbalance and then most likely reject from there. And so just let's fast forward to where we are today now. You can see this is present and we still have this resistance. And look at price came into that area. I mean, price first touched the demand supply in December 2022, right? And then ever since then, it's been giving us like price has been finding it really hard to break through this level, right? So the normal basic break and retest so powerful that it held price even to date, right? So when you say retail patterns are not uh or retail way of trading is not smart, I mean to an extent some of these things work if you understand uh demand and supply and then how to use it in trading, right? So what I'm trying to say is just look at how price, I mean, this area held, and for many months, price has been. We had this bullish candle, two bearish candle, one bullish, bearish, bearish, and then finally we can say dollar index is left that area, right? So this area held price for many, many months. I mean, it's going to be uh close to a year now that this area has been holding price, and dollar index now has gone up. And then you can see it actually did price came down into this imbalance and then we had a push up. So I saw this when it came down. We all talked about it, and now price is going up. Now this is a monthly time frame. You can see for 2 months straight now, the dollar index has been buying, right? So from this is October, then we have September, then we have August. So August, September price was bullish, and this is October. October is almost ending. We have 3 days, 9 hours for this candle to completely print, and then we're gonna have November candle. Right. So now what am I anticipating now? First, we can see that the structure is bullish, right? We do have this high and we have this low, broke the structure, right? Give us this lower high and then give us this low, then give us a new lower low. And instead, what the price did, price went ahead to break the structure again. So looking at the structure on a very big time frame now, we can see that the dollar index is quite bullish, this being the down range and this being the up range. And we have price as giving us a retracement. Take the fee, measure from the swing low all the way to the swing high. We do have a premium discount entry already. Dollar index has gotten to a discount and it could just continue to go all the way to the upside, right? So now one thing I want us to look out for is now, first, let me say this. I'm not really sure if, because I see this liquidity down here and other structure is bullish. So I don't really know what wants to happen. But I can see we have this imbalance here now, the price definitely has traded into. So we do have this imbalance here now. So I'm just going to be on the lookout for what is going to happen to the dollar index inside this monthly imbalance. Right. So far, this has played out like we anticipated, like the dollar index was going to come down and then go up from there. It's going to find it hard to break below that level, and price actually did that. So now this is a weekly time frame. Let's scale down to this is the monthly time frame rather. I will go down to the weekly. What do we have on the weekly? So on the weekly, we can see we do have this, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then the price gave us lower low, right? And then now price broke structure to the upside. So now the monthly is bullish, right? Now the weekly also has given us a break of structure after coming into the monthly discount, right? So we do have a bullish weekly dollar, right? So now what should we be anticipating based on market structure is that price should give us some kind of ILO and then give us maybe continue to go up, right? And now it is making sense that this is happening inside, I think, monthly imbalance, right? The weekly imbalance is from here. So price still has not got into the weekly imbalance, but the monthly imbalance price is already there. So now we could potentially start to see lower pricing, or price could continue to go up, maybe come now into the weekly imbalance and then maybe start to go down from there. So what I'm trying to say is we have this, let's go back to the monthly. We have this monthly imbalance now. See it? Okay. So from year to year, this is the monthly imbalance. Now, if we scale down to the weekly, we also have the weekly imbalance, which is from this area now all the way down to this area. So the only two places that overlap is this area here, from here to here, right? So maybe the dollar index will continue to buy up all the way to this area, and then maybe we can start to see lower pricing. I'm not sure, but you know, depending on what happens over time, we'll know what the dollar index wants to do. But for now, I think we might still see higher pricing. So maybe before it comes down to give the higher low, should maybe set the high somewhere around here. Okay, it's all based on probabilities, right? So this is on a very bigger time frame. So I'm not going to be trading on a weekly time frame on a month, right? So I'm just using this to establish a directional bias for the DXY, right? And then if we scale down to the daily time frame, what do we have? So the daily time frame, so on daily time frame, this is what we have, right? So I want you to remember this is the overlap, okay? And then this red kind of deep red, So we do have this on the daily time frame, right? We do have a kind of breaker structure, right? This high, this low, and this higher high, and then price broke the structure, right? And then we do have this lower low, price is giving us a lower high, and then we have this lower low. Now, this is what we want to see inside our point of interest. So price came into the monthly point of interest and then gave a breaker structure to the downside on the daily time frame, right? You know, there is this saying, I learned it many years ago, that proof that the higher time frame retracement is about to start, we're going to see a breaker structure in that direction on lower time frame, right? So we want to see the monthly maybe give us some kind of push down. Now we do have the breaker structure on the daily, right? But now I'm not really positive about this breaker structure, right? So maybe, okay, maybe the dollar index is still going to buy up, but maybe just disrespect this breaker structure and then just continue to go up, because so far now we can see it actually respected it once, this high, this low, this higher high, and then we had this break, and then this lower low, give us a lower high and actually respected structure and gave a new lower low. Now, so far, we do not have a break yet, right? We do not have a break yet. To do this, so there is no breaker structure yet, but I'm of the opinion, let me believe that we're gonna have that next week, and then prices gonna break, and then most likely gonna continue to go high. That's my bias for dollar index. I still think it's gonna go high. Right, I might be wrong, but then let's see what's gonna happen. So, but I'm gonna wait for a break above here, and maybe I can start look for sell opportunities on the euro. Right, so for DXY, I'm still bullish. I think it's gonna go up, and we do have some kind of liquidity, forming in this area already. And when I say liquidity, that is proof that the institutions are most likely going to take out that liquidity. Does doesn't need to happen doesn't need to happen fast, but then they will eventually come for the liquidity. So for DXY, this is what I'm saying, and I think it's still going to go up. But I might be wrong. If you have another bias, just follow yours. But then this is what I'm anticipating for the dollar index. And yeah, so that's for DXY. And then for the Australian dollar pairs, AUD card. Okay, so I'm looking at this for AUD card. Uh, okay, so I actually marked this out on 4 hours. I do not have the before because I did not copy the link and save it to my journal. I only just marked out this imbalance here, and I wanted to see if price was going to respect it, right? And price actually did, right? Came there, and I was seeing this as was rejecting, but I wasn't too positive, so I didn't take it. I just wanted to see how it was going to play out. As you can see, we had equal highs, price over time took it out, and then came down, and then prices back up again. But if we go to the daily time frame now, what I want you to see is that we do have a daily uh, move to the upside as a structure shift to the upside. But we do have this lower high, and we just think we see on the 4 hours now. Yeah, it was more visible on the 4 hours, but then we had this lower low, lower high, lower low, and then it broke this, and then we had this equal highs, price came down, some kind of a harmonic pattern, and then price overall went to the upside. So now on the daily time frame, what am I anticipating? We can see that first I like to spot the liquidity, right? Because the liquidity is, that's what gives me my trade idea, right? So I'm seeing that we do have this equal highs up here now, right? Not really equal. John calls them low resistant highs, but this is liquidity for me. So I'm believing that AUD card is still gonna go up, right? AUD card still has the potential to go up because of this liquidity. And yeah, when we had this, just take a look at this. When we had this equal high in this area, okay, price came down, came up, came down, and you can see overall swept the liquidity and then came down. So we could say that this liquidity was is responsible for engineering price to continue to go to the upside, right? So now we have this equal highs. I'm believing the AUD card is still going to go to the upside. So I'm just going to put this at daily highs, liquidity, same thing as liquidity, right? I just decided to change it. And yeah, so believing it's going to go up. No entry yet. I will look for the entries as the week goes by. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, get entry. So on lower time frame. But then the order flow, directional buyers, I'm believing for AD card is that it's going to continue to go to the upside. Now it doesn't have to happen fast like Monday. Just buy up like like Monday we just see big kind of go up. It could take time, maybe spend some time, come down, but overall I'm sure it's going to go up. Right, I have been doing this for years now, so I know. Look at this liquidity here when I had this one came up, came down, all of this, but then it's still eventually going to take it out. So that's it. All right. So that's for AD card, bullish and AD card. And then the next one is AD ZD. This one, I mean, I couldn't get an entry on this. That's it's very painful. I knew this was going to buy again because of the liquidity. Right, liquidity gives me the trade. And then we also had other confluences. This is a perfect Gartley harmonic pattern. 618, 786. Price came down, and look at this. I already saw it before it happened. Right, this is October 3rd, 2023. Price came into that area. I knew, oh boy, this is going to start buying. But it doesn't have to happen immediately, but I know already that it is going to start buying. Now, the mistake I made was I should have just, placed the trade right there. Like put my entry down here, but then this would have been 103 pips. 103 pips. That's too much. Okay, I usually accommodate maximum of 30 pips. So there was no lower time frame entry for me. So I missed out on this. And as you can see, uh, the analysis has been playing out very well. Have we taken out the highs? No, but then we are so close to taking out this high. So for ADNZD, I'm still definitely sure that we're going to go up. All right, we're going to go up definitely. It might start to come down. Maybe want to come into this imbalance and then go up, but I'm sure we're going to come for this liquidity. So for ADNZD, I'm bullish. I couldn't get an entry. These are the kind of trades I like to take. Getting down here, hold for many days. I can be a swing trader. I can be a intraday trader, depending on what the market presents. But in cases like this, I would like to get in a lower time frame, 25 pips, 20 pips, just get in and just hold and hold and hold and just pull my final TP here. So these are the kind of trades I like to take where, I have this maybe very small, something like 25 pips, and I'm just putting my overall TP here and I'm just holding and gets there. But then this did not give me the opportunity to get in. And as a matter of fact, I was busy with other things. So maybe there was an opportunity I missed, but then it's playing out really well. So for ADNCD, I'm still believing it's going to go up. Don't chase it. Let the opportunity present itself on lower time frame, and then you get in there, take price all the way to the upside. So for ADNZD, I'm still bullish. Do you have anything on card? No. Chef, no. Euro. So Euro Chef. So for Euro Chef, again, look at this. They always come for the liquidity. They always come for the liquidity. Look at this. Equal lows, liquidity, price bought up, kind of deceived everybody. Institutions kind of deceived everybody that we're not interested, right? And then that it started to come down little by little, little by little. I mean, you could tell that they were going to come for this eventually. And then October 13th, very big day to the downside, took out the liquidity, right? And then so far, price has given us a break of structure to the upside. But then I want you to look at this on the weekly time frame. Even though they took out the daily liquidity, price also created this lows down here. So instead of daily, we could just switch this to weekly lows, right? And we do have this liquidity down here. So I want to believe that the institutions are going to take out this liquidity. Now, it doesn't have to happen immediately, but I am kind of sure that they will take it out. And if we are looking at structure now, we do have this lower low, lower high, lower low. Just look at this now. When we had this lower low, lower high, and the price gave us this lower low, what happened? Price bought up, came into what this imbalance, and then it gave us the push to the downside. So I want to believe something like that is going to happen. We do have the criteria for lower pricing, the liquidity. The price is now inside the weekly imbalance. So inside this area, we can see some kind of distribution some kind of breaker structures, lower time frame to the downside, and then you take this sell and then just hold and hold and hold until it gets to the weekly liquidity. Boom, and then the trade idea is complete. You're done with EuroChef. Look for another currency pair to trade. It's the same thing I'm looking for in all of these pairs. Okay, that's why. Even though I can trade all of them, but it's just like one. It's just like one currency pair I'm looking at. As long as it's the same candles, I'm looking for the same thing. I'm not even bothered about what currency pair this is. I'm only most interested in if am I seeing the setup, if the setup pairs, then I know what to do next. Right. Yeah. So that's for EuroChef, lower pricing. And then GBP, nothing. NZD, nothing. USD pairs. So USD pairs, I want to talk about this last two. That's the USD Norwegian krona. Yeah. So this one, I mean, I don't even trade this, but it looks kind of interesting. Never traded it, but you know, just I want to see what happens. Okay, and I don't know if I'm going to trade it, but I just want to see what happens. So we do have this all-time highs at 12.12071. Right, that's the highest US NOK has ever gotten to, and it seems to be approaching that now. Based on the structure, we do have this, you can see this higher lows and higher high, just bullish structure. And came down here, look at came into this imbalance, went up, and so far we do have equal highs. So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen again. So if you trade it, I mean, I'm still believing it's going to buy, but wait for lower pricing also. Then you can get it. Then I will be watching this to see if it's eventually going to get to this all-time highs. And then for USD SEC, yeah, this is our currency. So Swedish krona has been performing badly. That's why the exchange rate has been increasing. I mean, it was at 10.1. Now $1 equals 11.15 SEK. That's not good for our currency, right? So what am I anticipating? Uh, just I want to see if it's going to get all the way to this all-time highs also, because the highest USD SEK I've ever gotten to is 11.49. So the highest exchange rate for USD SEK over the years was at $1 equals 11.49. Is it going to get there or not? I'm curious, so I want to see what's going to happen. Right. So these two are not really trade, I guess. But if you trade USD SEK, then definitely you can be looking out for higher pricing. So I think it's going to get there, but let's see. Right. All of this depends on the dollar index, and then what the currency is actually doing itself, what's going on in the economy, and all of that. So a little bit of fundamentals and technical analysis. So these are the assets I'm looking at this week. And for Bitcoin, so I actually saw the Bitcoin was at 34K. I'm like, oh my God, Bitcoin is moving, right? So Bitcoin actually broke this um, very, very strong demand and supply level, right? We had this area, very strong demand level, and then we had a supply, and now Bitcoin has broken out of that area. So it's going to start going up. Is it eventually going to start, going up and up and up? So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen for Bitcoin also. For now, there's no trade idea. Yeah, just want to see what's going to happen. And then you start to predict what's going to be the next line of action for Bitcoin. So that's it. And then for the indices, US in the Nasdaq, I think Nasdaq they were selling, right? I think so. Took out the liquidity. Yeah, I remember because I checked it earlier this week. So for Nasdaq, price actually took out this liquidity. Yes, I saw this earlier in the week. So now price swept the liquidity, and I mean Nasdaq has been really dropping. So I mean, let's see what's gonna happen. Let's go to the weekly time frame. Let me just move all of this quickly. So weekly time frame, what we have, I mean, I have to see how we're gonna get there. So I'm just waiting to see. So on the weekly time frame is dropping. On a monthly time frame, also doing the same thing. So nothing yet. I'm just gonna wait, see what happens, and when it's clear, we strike. Okay, when it's clear, when the entry is there, we see everything is clear. We'll get a entry, and then we're gonna take trade. But for now, nothing yet. Just gonna wait to see what happens. All right, so that's gonna be it for me. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. Do have an amazing week. Bye.